So the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria announced yesterday that its members have started loading as many as 350 trucks per day to alleviate the present statewide gasoline shortage. Chinedu Okoronkwo, the organization's national president, revealed in an interview that the union's demand to purchase the commodity directly from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited at a fixed price of 148 naira 19 kobo had been granted. Okoronkwo emphasized that the meeting with the Department of State Services and other stakeholders was aiding in the problem's resolution and shortening the lines by confirming that Nigeria has at least 1.9 billion liters of gasoline in storage. Our rice business analyst Chika Mbonu joins me now to discuss these latest. Sorry, but let's start with, I was about to start with the whiff of money. But again, here we go. Let's start with the UK opening the door for Nigerian teachers to apply for qualified teacher status. What do you make of that?
Ooh, I mean, you know, the normal saying is that the teacher's reward is in heaven.
It could actually be here.
Yeah, in heaven. You know, my parents were primary school teachers, and I used to... Several times, we, the kids, knew when the salaries were not paid. A lot of times we are chased out from our schools because our parents' salaries are not being paid and they can't pay the school fees. So I hope this website will not crash because Nigeria is included in this one. And therefore, I'm sure that a lot of applications...
We have the size.
We have the size. And the teacher group in Nigeria is one of the most badly treated group in the country.
One of them?
Yeah, one of the most badly treated groups in the country, for most of the states even. And in some states, they do recertification so that they can reduce the number they won't pay salaries. In some states, they're owing them months of salaries payments. And then some of them, they're owing areas of pension and gratuity and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I'm just saying that there are several incentives to Japan for this sector.
This is another one.
Yeah, and they are listed there. They don't require proper certifications or teacher certification. At first, they have had some teaching experience, and they listed some sectors like physics, chemistry, mathematics, which are the sectors that the UK, you know, is lacking. So, OMS said, "Go. This is going to be very interesting." We're talking about the nurses and doctors. Now is our teachers. And that website, I think, is going to crash.
They're not going to come for me, by the way. Don't worry. You and I are out of this.
The teacher's reward is no longer in heaven.
Yeah, it could be
you know, it's going to be in this. I wish my parents were alive to experience this now. Maybe I would have joined them in Japan because you know.
but the latest inflation does that sound very?
Yeah, 21.09 in October to I guess breaking news. So I want to check. Even though it has increased to 21.47, we want to see whether the increase is, you know how a storm is slowing down, so that by the time it gets to the coast,
category what?
Yeah, it's
moving down from category 4, category 5.
So whether it's slowing down, we thought by now it will start reversing and start tapering. But
tapering is not perhaps it's not decelerating really, but it's not growing at that geometric proportion that we saw since the second half of the year.
This is Christmas period. A lot of the traders are complaining that the usual hustle and bustle that you see in the markets, where people are buying the things. Somebody just reminded me yesterday that the next week Sunday is Christmas, and you tend not to see it from the usual. The things that happen in the market, hustle and bustle happen in the market, and the usual increase in turnovers for a lot of traders. You know, because this time around people just go to the market because of the fact also because of inflation. Your naira is buying less now, and so everybody is feeling the impact of inflation. That's why a lot of people have questioned whether this 21.47 is really.
You remember that novel, Christmas in the City? Yeah. Okay.
So this is it. Inflation is real, but it's affecting everybody. This is the Christmas season. How many hampers have you got? How many gifts have you got? So that will tell you also whether things are happening. A lot of companies are struggling. Diesel prices, remember, went to the roof. So the money they would have used to buy hampers for you, they used to buy diesel. A lot of people cannot do their business in some areas because of security issues. Flood carried away some businesses. This is not. We hope that this Christmas will not be like a sad one.
Okay, so we have the new naira notes entering circulation today. Some of the pieces for me?
Again, from the CBN angle, based on subsequent information, a lot of people are saying, oh, that is just colored. And I put it out there that it isn't just the issue of color. The issue was that the central bank has said that for more than 20 years, we're not changing our currency. And our currency has become, an easy lay for counterfeiters. And so these new currencies have higher level of security, and which are not visible.
And I tend to agree, because for counterfeiting, a few days ago, Kenya was reporting close to 5 billion shillings in losses because of counterfeiting the shilling, the currency in their own country. So it looks like
it's real.
It's counterfeiting story. It's real.
Very real. So high level of security in the notes. And then also, as I said, the more alterations, amendments you make to the existing currency, the more expensive it becomes to print the new currency. And so CBN has to limit the amount of colorations and redesigning.
Yeah,
because already a lot of people already talking about the fact that they spend a lot of money in reprinting the currency. So if you alter the currency so much, as you make it smaller or larger or whatever, or introduce new signs, it's going to cost more.
Or put new pictures.
New pictures going to cost more.
And things like that.
So those moderations are very key. But the important thing is that the objective has been achieved, that the higher security markings to limit this counterfeiting.
The Senate wants the withdrawal limit. One of the senators was saying should be taken to 100,000 naira per day and 500,000 naira per week. That's what.
Well, when people were arguing about this, I said, okay, even in this office, some of our colleagues were as the 100,000 a week is too small. I said, how much is the salary? How much is the salary? Do you handle the throughput in your account in a month?
I pay good salary.
I know we pay, and we pay on time.
Yes, we do.
We pay our salary. I mean, even before month end, we get our salaries. I know that.
Yes.
And so, but the issue is that the 400,000 naira limit for individuals in a month. Do you withdraw all of it in cash? You don't. So let's just moderate these things. Let the thing start. And
I had a senator say, for those from the southeast, they do about 3 million in trade every day, 3 million. And I love the good traders and other traders in Nigeria who do huge turnover.
He says withdrawal limits.
Yeah, but again, I'm looking for what you need 3 million naira for in a day.
Yeah. See, in the system, banking system, a lot of the banks are pushing for alternative channels. Go and get your POSs. Go and get them. Okay? Alternative channels will work. And so you move to those channels, limit the amount of cash you're going to hold.
Maybe we're having a conversation between driving a manual automobile and an auto one. How many people would prefer the old model manual? I'm sure most people would like an auto.
Like CBN has said, the limits are made by men. 100,000 for individuals per week, and I think 500,000 for the corporate.
I think there's been a bit of a tweak to that as well.
Yeah, but they said
notice from some banks that you need to fill certain form if you're going to take more than that as an individual and corporate.
I mean, it's real. If it's real, it's real. If it's really real. But the issue, we know the things that follow cash. We know the cash is language of certain kind of transaction in Nigeria. And a lot of people who are speaking up against this, just like they spoke against the change of currency, are not doing it for the nationalistic moves.
Okay, but you don't need so much money. You can just do it even when you are buying petrol. Well, we heard that the independent petroleum marketer says we have enough petrol now. So I'm just going to ask you, what's happening now that I've been here for?
But I keep saying that we're talking about Christmas and rice and beans. We're talking about MTN recharge card. We're talking about so many other things. There's nobody battling with the pricing and so on and so forth. It's the same issue of the fact that let importation of petrol be a business. Now, critical to that, the petrol value chain, is to make sure that our refineries work. Let them finish. It's funny because when these refineries, government was trying to invest money to overtune, rework the refineries, a lot of people were against it. But let the Port Harcourt refinery come on stream. Let the Warri refinery come on stream. Let the Dakota refinery come on stream. So we have local supply. When we have local supply, the issue of importation, will be limited. See, when you have supply, the price of a commodity is determined by what? The supply and demand. When you have supply, enough supply, it will moderate demand.
Okay.
And the price will
you think there'll be more? This is not the last scarcity, I'm sure.
No, it will never be the last scarcity. It will not, because of the issue. I said it a long time ago that you will always have this issue. As far as this pricing mechanism exists, as far as the NNPC is sole importer, it will always happen.
And the sole refiner.
It will always happen. It will always happen.
Until we have more refiners on the private sector side.
Until it becomes a business. It's not a business
private
now.
sector.
Yeah. You know, remember the oil marketers used to be involved in it before, but they lost out, or they went out of it because of the fact that they couldn't get the foreign exchange.
So the NNPC moved in as a godfather.
So if they use foreign exchange at the market rates, the landed cost will be more than 163 naira at the pump, as at the pump now. And that's the issue we're facing. And we hope that 2023 will find a solution to this. And let's move away from this last frontier.
We'll be here next year to continue this conversation. Thank you so much, Chika Mbonu, Arise Business Analyst, for have a great day. Thank you.